Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope you all are fine. Okay, then we start our first chapter with the topic Ascent of Sap. Once the minerals dissolved in water are absorbed, they move out from the outer layer of the epidermis to the cortex, and then it transfers to the xylem. Xylem is mainly composed of what? Vessels and tracheids. These xylem elements, they are joined end to end and they are forming just like a system of pipelines that finally connects to whom? To the roots of to the leaves. Now, water and dissolved minerals, we may call them uh, totally combinedly as cell sap. They are transported through these pipelines from roots to the leaves and other parts. So the process, okay, the process of upward conduction of the cell sap. What is a cell sap? I have told you that water and dissolved minerals, these we may say as cell sap. So the process of upward conduction of cell sap from roots to other parts against what? Gravity is called ascent of sap. This ascent of sap is aided by the process of transpiration. Okay, now we will study about root pressure. What is a root pressure? Listen. The continuous inflow of absorbed water by the root hairs causes an accumulation of mineral salts in where? Xylem. As a result of which, what happens? The concentration of water get reduced. Okay, the concentration of water, what happens? Get reduced. This creates a concentration gradient which is strong enough to draw water and minerals to be transported towards the where? Stem. Due to continuous inflow of water, what happens? A pressure develops in the root. What happens? Due to continuous inflow of water, a pressure develops. With the help of that helps the upward movement of the plant cell and is known as root pressure. Again, I will tell you that the continuous inflow of absorbed water by the root hairs causes an accumulation of mineral salts. Where? In xylem. Due to that, what happens? The concentration of water gets reduced in the xylem. This creates a concentration gradient which is strong enough to draw water and minerals to be transported towards the stem. Due to continuous flow, understand, of water, a pressure develops in the roots which help the upward movement of plant sap, and this is called what? Root pressure. Okay, students, now we will study about the transpiration. The plant roots grow into the soil to absorb water and minerals. Everybody knows this. Some of the absorbed food is used by the plants in photosynthesis. What about the rest? The rest is returned to the atmosphere. By which process? By the process of photosynthesis. Water in the form of vapor constantly escapes from the lower surface of the leaves, and on the lower surface of the leaves, what are there? There are some pores, and those pores are known as stomata. Okay, so the process of loss of water in the form of water vapor, okay, through the leaves and other parts of the plant is called transpiration. There is a direct relationship between the absorption and transpiration of water. As the water is lost through transpiration, more water is absorbed as more water is required. This creates what? Some tension or pull. which is termed as transpirational pull. Due to this transpirational pull, the water moves from where xylem of the root to the stem and then to the leaves. As the amount of water in the roots get reduced, the water present in the atmosphere in the surrounding soil passes on to the root hairs. By which process? By the process of osmosis. Thus the cycle of flowing water in plants continues. Okay students, now we will learn that what are the types of transpiration. Just have a look here and learn them students. Types of transpiration. There are three types of transpiration. First of all, stomatal transpiration. In this type of transpiration, water is lost through the stomata of plants. What is cuticular transpiration? In this, water is lost through the cuticle of the young leaves. Lenticular transpiration. In this type of transpiration, water is lost by the lenticles. Where they are present? They are present on the bark of the old trees. Okay, so these are the types of transpiration. Students, learn them well and write them in your copy also. So students, factors affecting the rate of transpiration. What are those factors? There are a number of factors that determine the rate of transpiration of plants. What are they? First of all, temperature. The rate of temperature goes up as the temperature increases. What? As the temperature increases, the rate of transpiration also increases. On the hot days, water evaporates quickly from the leaves of a plant than it does on a cold day. What about the relative humidity? Listen now. As the relative humidity of the air surrounding the plant rises, the transpiration rate falls. The dry air carries away more vapor than the saturated air because it is already having moisture in it. That is why the loss of water by transpiration is very less in winter. The higher humidity of air, the lower the rate of transpiration. Now we will study about wind. Students, if there is no wind, the moisture laden air around the leaf may not move away. Thus, rising the humidity of air, strong wind will take away the moist air more quickly and help to increase the rate of transpiration. Now what about the light? Light is also another factor as it regulates the opening and closing of stomata. At night, what happens? The rate of transpiration is almost stopped. Why? Because stomatas are closed. While in daytime, it is much higher. Why? Because stomatas are open at the daytime. So students, learn this as a why questions. Okay, give reason questions. Why at night the rate of transpiration is almost stopped? What will be your answer? Because stomatas are closed at the night time. Now we will learn the next factor, availability or available soil water. The available soil water produces indirect effect on the rate of transpiration. Why? Because the deficiency, lack of water supply causes the deficiency in water supplies causes the soil solution to become more concentrated. Therefore, there is less tendency for water to enter by osmosis. If there is less uptake of water by roots, the guard cell will become flaccid, closing the stomata, and the rate of transpiration will automatically decrease. What is the importance of transpiration in plants? First of all, the cooling effect. As the rate of transpiration in hot summers, what happens? Plants cool themselves as considerable amount of latent heat is lost to the converted water into vapor. Next, intake of minerals. The greater the transpiration, the greater is the rate of absorption of water from the soil. Absorption of water helps in intake of dissolved minerals from the soil. Next point is elimination of excess water. Students, roots of plants continuously absorb water from the soil. Only 1% of water is used by the plants for photosynthesis, while the excess water, extra water is lost by which process? By transpiration. So students, will continue in the next video. Till then, stay safe, stay at home. Keep washing your hands with soap and water. Thank you.